Here's a question you probably heard about 6 million times. Where did you first pick up the name Satchmo?
You know, all the musicians in my days had nicknames. My name was Satchel Mouth, like a doctor's satchel. When I went to England, this fellow, strictly English, and he was the editor of the newspaper there. He shook my hand after I got off the train. He said, "Hello, Satchmo." So right away, my trombone player said, "The man think you have more mouth than Satchel Mouth." So I was stuck with it, and it turned out all right.
Oh, the shark has pretty teeth, dear, and he shows them.
I'm James R. Stein.
I'm Michael Eisner.
I was 14 and a half.
And I was 15 years old, and James and I went off to interview Louis Armstrong for our high school radio station, WNTH, from Nutcher High School in Winnetka, Illinois.
When the shark bites with his teeth, dear.
To set the stage, it was June 24th, 1964. We're at Ravinia. It's an outdoor concert. The place is sold out. We get to go backstage, so we're watching his concert.
Take it, Satch.
I remember it was a hot summer night, but for some reason, he was speaking to us in his underwear.
Definitely was in his underwear. I remember the tank top, and I also remember
I wasn't sure if it was jockey or boxer.
It was boxers.
Boxer.
Boxers. Louis Armstrong wore boxers. He was literally fending off the Chicago Sun-Times and the Daily News, WGN, I remember that. And he would just say out the doors, "Excuse me, but I'm in an interview." And he gave us an outrageous amount of time, 20 minutes, sat there with a couple of kids.
Mr. Armstrong, I'll begin the questioning by asking you just when, where, and how did you begin your show business career?
As a youngster in the little orphanage home in New Orleans, I was the bugler of the institution, and when I got to be around 13 or 14 years old, they took me off the bugle and put me in the little brass band. Finally, they made me the leader of the little band on the cornet. So we got so good that we could play the Saints Go Marching In for the boys to march to church every Sunday.
Who would you say was essentially responsible for launching your professional career?
Well, I'd say myself, because I was determined. I had a chance to play with the best of musicians coming through, because I was pretty good myself, or else they wouldn't have tolerated with me, you know? You got to be good or bad as the devil.
When the saints marching in.
You can't take it for granted. Even if we have 2-3 days off, I still had to blow that horn a few hours to keep up the chops. I mean, I've been playing 50 years, and that's what I've been doing in order to keep in that groove there.
Still got to practice.
I got to warm up every day, at least an hour, you know? You either have it or you don't. You play your horn just like you sing a song or a hymn. If it's in your heart, you express yourself in the tune. I've been playing music so long. What else there's to do? What can you prove at 64? I mean, as far as trying to create what? You know? So the best I can do is stay happy.
We hope you stay happy for a very, very long time. Thank you very much, Mr. Armstrong.
Okay, Daddy.
It's a pleasure interviewing you.
Yes, stars shining bright above you. Night breezes sing to whisper I love you. Birds singing in the sycamore trees. Dream a little dream of me, yes.
I want to wring my neck back then because, you know, I wasn't involved in a conversation with the man. I was asking him questions, and sometimes I wasn't even listening to his answers. I wish that, you know, I could have done some following up like I might do now and actually engage him in a conversation, but because we were so nervous, I think you kind of stick to the script.
But I linger on, dear. still craving your kiss.
These little prepubescent sounding kids and this guy with this gravelly, incredible voice, but he gave us time and respected us.
This, yes.
Sweet dreams till sunbeams find ya. Sweet dreams that leave all worries behind you. But in your dreams, whatever they be, dream a little dream of me.